Hey y'all, I have got a very good recipe to share with you today that you can use as an appetizer or like for a tailgating party or as your entree for your supper. So anyway, I'm going to bring the camera down and let you see what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll like the recipe and make it for your family. It's really easy, so I think we all appreciate when we can have an easy recipe to do. So I've got my camera a little different, and I have a light here where hopefully you can see better here. So anyway, what we're going to do is put an 8-ounce brick of cream cheese in your bowl, and then I have these 4, well I have 8, but I'm using 4 in a different recipe. But I have 4 chicken tenders that I just put a little olive oil in the pan. I laid the chicken tenders down and put a little salt and pepper on one side, and then I cooked them on the one side, and when they were cooked enough, I turned them over and cooked them on the other side. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to cut them up with scissors. You may want to take your forks and shred them, but whatever you want to do, just get these cut up, and it needs to be fairly small pieces. So most of your flavor is not going to come from seasonings that we do, but from the cream cheese and the other ingredients that we put in here. So there's one. This is really a good recipe for any occasion. If you're going to a Christmas party or a football game or a birthday or just any get-together, this is really good to take. There's 2. And you can put whatever kind of meat you want in it, or if you don't want meat, just make it without meat, but I like to have the meat in it. And so this will be cut up in just a second, and we'll move on to the rest of the recipe. I hope everybody's been doing good. It's been so hot. I hope that y'all are able to stay cool and take care of yourselves. So now I've cut up the 4 chicken tenders and put it in with the cream cheese, and I have let the cream cheese get down to room temperature, but maybe it's not quite as warmed up as it could be. But you do need to be able to stir around your cream cheese and all. So make sure you do that. Get that mixed up. Then you want to take bacon bits, which I have this big bag, and just put the amount of bacon bits that you want. If you like a lot, then put a lot. I'm going to put about that much, which I would say is a good 1/3 cup. And stir it around just a little bit. Get all that mixed together. Then the last thing we're going to add is I'm going to use 4 cheese Mexican cheese. You can use cheddar or Parmesan or whatever you want. But this is what I had, so this is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to add a good healthy cup of cheese.
Did you already go?
My husband just came in. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry for the interruption. So now just mix your cheese up, your shredded cheese up with the rest of your recipe. Get it all combined. And that looks good, so I'm going to get a smaller spoon now and scrape off all that. Then we're going to take this little muffin pan. Now you can use a regular size muffin pan if you want, but this is what I had. Well, I have both sides, but this is what I thought would be cute to work with. But, and this is the cream cheese. I forgot to show you the cream cheese wrapper. But anyway, you should use like the Pillsbury biscuits because they're smaller and fit this, but what I have are the Grands, and you have to get the flaky kind. And I think this is the flaky kind, I'm not sure, because I did pick up the flaky kind and then I got distracted and I set it back down and then I picked it back up. So I don't know if this is the flaky kind or not, so we're just going to have to see what happens. But you need the flaky kind so that you can pull the layers apart. Woo! It was the 5-second rule. Everything's okay. So, anyway, I don't know what I have here. I think I might have messed up. And this is going to come apart in 2 pieces. Usually the flaky kind come together a little bit better, or come apart a little bit better. Anyway, buy the flaky kind, the layers, and pull it apart. I haven't ever had a can of biscuits jump out of my hand before. So I'm going to go in between these layers once I get them filled. And I have this little thing which is a cookie scooper, and I'm going to use it to mash in there and make a well. Have to mash a little bit with my fingers too. Or you can take a spoon or whatever you have. I think I could do better just using my fingers. Anyway, just make a deep well in your biscuit. Then come back with your filling and put a nice big healthy scoop in there. Especially since you have a lot of bread, if you happen to get the kind I got, and I do believe I made a mistake on this. But put a nice healthy bit of the chicken filling in your biscuit. Okay, now just kind of fold it up around it. You don't want to try to cover it, but just bring it up around it like a little flower or something. Like that. And now we're going to make some more. And I will hurry and get the rest of these done. And the ones that are Pillsbury are a lot easier to do than these. Okay, this is the last one. Now just make your wells in these biscuits. And put your filling in, nice and plenty of filling. These really are delicious. And you want to cook these on the temperature that your can of biscuits says. These are going to cook on 400 degrees. And I have lots of filling, so I may go back and put a little more in some of them. So I have plenty more. I think what I'm going to do is save that, and I'm going to get another container of biscuits and just make some more because I have so much. So I'm pulling up the edges of the biscuits like that. And what I'm going to do is put them in the oven. I think the box said around 15 minutes. I'll check again. But anyway, just keep an eye on your biscuits, and when they're nice and golden brown, they'll be ready. And when these cook, finish cooking, we'll come back and give them a try. All right, our stuffed chicken pockets are finished. This is what they look like on the plate. I might could have let them go another minute or so, but I really try not to overbake bread. So they look and smell really good. What I mean by that is I can eat a lot of overcooked stuff, but bread is hard for me to eat if it's overcooked. But anyway, I put a couple on this plate, and I was going to show you what they look like. And they came clean out of the pan. They didn't stick or anything like that. So it was real simple. Now I'm going to give it a taste. Oh, wow. That is so good. If you like a lot of bread, you might want to use the grands. I personally feel like this would be better if I had used the Pillsbury flaky rolls, where it's not quite as much bread. You get more of the taste of the chicken and cream cheese and all. Still, it's very, very good. And so anyway, You can vary this and put all kinds of things in it if you want to. It might even be good if you just sauteed up some vegetables and put it in the cream cheese and the bacon bits and all. I think that would be good. But anyway, I hope you give this a try and I hope you love it. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate y'all watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.